Did you really just put up the red hot chili peppers for some jalapeno hamburger day? Come on, Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. They're new to WBAP, and trust me, these guys, they're going to make you laugh your socks off. And you'll hear stories you won't hear anywhere else today, 11 to 2 on News Talk 829.33 FM WBAP. Welcome back. I'm your host, Matt Locke. You put the red hot chili peppers on. That just cracks me up, by the way. I want to welcome to the program. He is an oil and gas expert, John Calce. Hey, John, I'd be bad in my duties here if I didn't ask you, how you liked your hamburger, since it's National Hamburger Day, and where's the best place to get one?
Well, I want to defer to Jimmy Buffett with lettuce, tomato, onion, and cheese for the most part.
Yeah.
And I'm a Snuffers traditionalist. I'll be honest with you. That's my favorite burger in Dallas.
I love it. Thank you so very much. Now let's get down to the important part of why I had you come on here. Energy, gas at the pump. We're starting to see it come down a little bit over the last couple days. West Texas Intermediate's been below $90. Are we going to see a reprieve anytime soon?
Well, candidly, you have to ask the Ayatollah for the most part on that one. I think there's hope for a deal. You know, reading the news this morning, which is so hard to tell.
Yeah.
But our pricing in oil right now is really entirely driven by the Middle East. In a normalized world, which you saw kind of call it for the bulk of the end of last year, you'll see, WTI in the $60-ish, $70 range, which would pull a third off our gas prices and put us back below $3.
Well, let me ask a question. I had a buddy ask me yesterday, and I didn't know how to answer this, so I'm going to ask you, and maybe you can answer it for the both of us. But, what is the time frame that a refinery buys oil? Do they buy it 10 days out, 7 days out, 30 days out? What time frame do they buy that oil?
So it's all over the map. In general, they buy on kind of a current month average, typically. Although the bigger guys do it on their own. So, for example, an Exxon that has upstream production, they're what we call a vertically integrated company, meaning that they have production in the field that they bring to their refinery that they then process. So they have a different solution. A merchant refinery like Valero or like Holly Frontier or like what we're looking to build in Brownsville typically will buy a month in advance and they'll lock in pricing around that. And then they put hedges around that. So that's
okay, but hold on. Explain the hedges. How do they hedge it?
Oh, sure. So you look into the future and you can enter into an arrangement with typically an investment bank or like a Goldman Sachs or a big trader like a Vitol, and you'll pay them a fee and where they wear the risk on the price. So you'll say, I want to lock in a price of X.
Yep.
I'll pay them Y cents a barrel. And then they deliver it to you at that X price, and they wear the risk of the up and down.
Well, and that's a smart, because I was having this conversation. I'm like, I can't imagine that a refinery wouldn't buy out more than 7 to 10 days because the price moves so much all of the time. If you lock yourself into a price for 30 days, you're stuck for 30 days.
Yeah. Well, the way the market works is it typically prices on the 20th of the month. And if you look at how, for example, the price of Brent crude and the price of West Texas Intermediate crude are different, Brent prices on a month ahead. So as a refiner, you're typically buying on a month average to try and smooth out that thing you're talking about.
Yep.
But what happens is West Texas contracts close in the prompt month on the 20th, and then Brent closes the following month. So that's why you've got some dislocation in pricing.
And so now another question I had a listener ask me yesterday. Oil is coming down. Why isn't the price coming down? We're under $90 a barrel. I mean, it shot up under fear. Is it still there because of fear?
It is. And remember, the price you get at the pump, it reflects a whole chain of logistics from the refinery to where you put the gas in your car, right? So you've got inventory in the system for when oil was higher a month ago.
Right. Yeah.
So that some of that gasoline was then priced to the gas stations on the next month, for example, pricing. Right. And also that retailer, they make most of their money, your local 7-Eleven or Wawa corner store, right? They make most of their money on Gatorades and, it used to be cigarettes.
Snacks.
And candy bars, right? So they make a very small amount in gasoline price. And they're pricing their gasoline on what they think next week's delivery is going to cost.
Right.
So they can't hedge. They don't have that, financial capacity. So they basically are cash buyers. So that's why at the pump, the price will move up and down a little more slowly. Because remember, oil prices shot up pretty quickly at the start of this war.
Yeah.
And gas prices, while have gone much higher, they didn't go overnight to 450. They kind of crept up.
Well, we've got oil and gas expert John Calce on the phone here. Here's really just a crazy question. They said they were going to get rid of federal gas taxes. Did they?
I don't believe that happened. I read about that as well. That would
Right.
require an act of Congress, I think. And Trump can do a lot of things, but changing the tax code isn't one of them.
Well, it was a big story, though, right? And I had a person ask me yesterday, like, Matt, the federal gas tax is like 18, 20 cents. I haven't seen a decrease in that. Did it happen? So no.
Yeah.
Not at all.
It didn't happen.
Wow.
No, it's an idea they floated, but
the government lied to me again, John. I can't believe that.
Well, it's stunning. I know. They get some therapy. It's never occurred.
So here's the final question. We got about a minute left. We've got the 250th birthday coming up July 4th of America. Do you think there's going to be some kind of a deal before July 4th? I mean, I think President Trump would kind of use that benchmark. Do you think that's what we might see?
Well, I sure hope so. I think part of the challenge, just again from the outside looking in, is the Iranians have such a challenge communicating because they're all living underground right now.
Right.
Right. So just the time delay of negotiating must be incredibly difficult. I would hope that by July 4th we'll have a deal in place. I don't know that the Iranians can withstand that much economic pressure. I've read a lot of reports that they're challenged. Obviously, with inflation, their oil infrastructure is full, but you have some people that are truly crazy over there. So, but I'm hopeful we can reach a deal, and I think July 4th is a good target. I would hope.
Boy, I think so too. I just lend that to be, President Trump's such a P.T. Barnum type guy. I mean, there's going to be a big celebration at the White House. I mean, they're going to have a UFC fight. It'd be the perfect time for him to come out and announce that, that the war is over, or whatever the heck this thing there is they're calling it, and gas prices are going to come down, and we can go into midterms not worrying about $4 a gallon gas. All right, John Calce, how can folks find you?
Well, they can track our company. We're at americafirstrefining.com. We're building the first new refiner in the U.S. in more than 50 years in the port of Brownsville, and appreciate everyone's support. And thanks for having me on today.
Oh, thank you. Always. I love people who are knowledgeable of the subject.